raise your hand feature to get your question in the queue. That being said, happy to be joined by Coach Jackson with Prairie. And good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time. If you could start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's most recent outing at Alabama A&M.
Yeah, we went to Huntsville, Alabama, and really didn't like the trip. I thought the trip was really shaky. We had some issues at the hotel. The sweet tea wasn't sweet. It was we just had some issues getting situated there. And I thought it led to us starting the game pretty slow with just the way that we do things and how those things carry over. But ultimately, our kids were able to settle down, get situated, gave up a safety that was very disappointing for us. But my hat goes off to Alabama A&M. They started the game extremely fast on offense and defense and kind of had us on the move a little bit. I thought the second quarter, right before the half, our kids settled down and we were able to convert some things that we had been working for a long time. And then the second half, things just went our way. So by no means are we satisfied with the game that we played. I actually thought we didn't play very well and for the travel. And it's just a weekend that you wanted to hurry up and be over because of all the things that happened. So here we are. We won a football game, and we certainly got back to work yesterday on trying to be a better version of ourselves.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Wayne Cartwright.
Hey, Coach Jackson, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, can you just talk about the ability or the opportunity that's in front of you guys this week with the opportunity to clinch the West with a victory?
Yeah, Wayne, we don't spend a lot of time talking about clinching the West, man. We're just trying to get better. We got a really good UAPB team. Guys got 11 interceptions. Coach Hampton's doing an extremely good job with those guys. And so we don't have time to look for what may be. We got a really good football team coming to town, and we got to get ready for it. And so hopefully we achieve our goals in the end. But if we don't play well, as we still have not played a complete football game yet. I'm still waiting on us to play a complete football game. We're still coaching it. We got a lot of little things we got to clean up. And so hopefully we can get those things together this weekend.
All right, Coach, appreciate that. Good luck this week against UAPB.
Thank you.
This question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everyone on campus are well. Mr. Cam Peters, 17 of 22 for 394 and 5. Talk about his development, what he's able to do, banding together with his teammates, his brothers, and winning.
Yeah, Cam's got to put together some consistency. To be hot one day and cold the next is not how we play quarterback around here. And so, you see the numbers and you see the things that he did this past weekend. We're looking for Cam to continue to do that. Great quarterbacks are consistent, period, and they win games and they make other people around them better. And so even though he had a good day, we won't know what Cam Peters is until the very end of his tenure. Whenever we get done playing, whenever that may be, that's when we'll get a chance to sit down and evaluate Cam Peters. But right now, we're just looking for him to be consistent in what we know he can do.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate what you're doing with that program.
Thank you.
This question goes to Perry Daniels.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Coach, there's been a lot of talk this season about your defense, and deservedly so. They ranked #1 in scoring and total defense in the conference. But I want to talk about your offensive line today. They've given up the fewest number of sacks in the conference. Can you just talk about them and mention some of those guys?
Yeah, those guys call themselves the engine. So I won't mention any individuals because they like to be referred to as the engine. And so we know that you can't win football games without great offensive line play. You can't win football championships without being able to run the football. As you see, some of the top teams in the country have great running games. So we're striving to be one of those. We haven't always achieved that goal every game this season. We're a continual work in progress. But I do like their attitudes. I like the way they come to work every day. And again, that's one of those things that we'll be able to evaluate at the end of the season to see if we were any good or not.
Fair enough, Coach. Thank you, sir. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
This question goes to Dr. Cavill.
This is Kenyatta Cavill. Dr. Cavill's inside the HBCU Sports Lab. It was good to be able to get down there and watch the game with my eyes and talk with you post-game about pushing things forward. I want to talk about an individual player. No, obviously it's collective in your approach, but if you would endear me with this, is Josiah Rockwell, the junior 6'2", wide receiver, 214 pounds. As you know, McKinney, Texas, more than doubled his output in terms of being able to haul in 3 touchdowns in this game. A big one throughout the game right there before half. But in terms of putting up 183 yards on just 8 catches, talk about his maturation. What did you see that he was able to do this weekend as he continues to seek to get better at this game?
Yeah, I think Jay has done what you said at the end. He continues to get better. I kind of go back to the 18-yard catch that he dropped early on in the game, which would have probably put him over 200 yards. And so
Right.
we look to continue to get him to max out and be the very best you are. At some point, Doc, you know this, you got to stop getting better. You got to just be the very best version of yourself. And so we're a work in progress. We look forward to getting better, but at some point the tide is going to turn in our program where everybody has to be at their best. And we look for the same thing from Jay. He didn't play very much at Sam Houston. He came here. He's bought into who we are. He's done a very good job of being productive for us. Has some inconsistent woes early on, and now he looks to be playing a pretty good brand of ball. But at some point, I want to know what his best is. And again, we won't find that out until the end of the season. But better around here is what we're taking right now. At some point, everybody's going to have to be their best.
Thank you, Coach Jackson. Look forward to the matchup. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Tanner Spearman.
Good morning, Coach. With your defense, obviously they've been good for you all season, but I just want to know, what did you learn about them this past week, just in terms of their ability to bounce back from the ASU loss where they gave up 31 to then come out a week later and hold a team to a field goal? What did you learn about your defense in that bounce back?
Yeah, I learned we're still not where we need to be. We still got to, again, like I just told Doc, we're still getting better, but I'm eager to see what we are at our best, and we still haven't played a complete football game. We take a lot of pride in defenses that don't give up touchdowns, right? You look back at our career, we've had several of those just at where we've been. We've been really blessed in the brand of defense that we've been able to play. But when you let people get on the scoreboard, you're not at your best. That's just what we believe around here. So we don't spend a lot of time on what we did. We spend a lot of time on what we can be and how not to make those mistakes that led to what made us not who we are come true. You know what I mean? And so we sit around and work really hard. The defensive staff works really hard to keep people off the board completely. And when we don't do that, then we got problems. And so we have an attitude that if we give up a yard, man, we got problems. We got to get that fixed. And so until the day comes where we don't give up any yards and any points, we're never going to be satisfied anywhere. And so I look forward to seeing those guys be at their best here in the near future too.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Next question goes to Jason Bristol.
Morning, Tremaine. If I'm hearing you correctly, do you anticipate being a little harder on your kids this week so that they make sure they flush that 43-point win?
Yeah, I'm hard on them all the time, man. I don't, man, you come around here, you would thought we lost yesterday. It's just some things that we see with the naked eye, man, and the way that we run the program that the naked eye doesn't see. We know exactly what we're looking for as a program and as a staff. We're not going to settle until we get it. And so although we tell them when they do an extraordinary job, because we don't tell people good job that are doing things that they're supposed to do. If you're growing up and you're a good citizen, I'm not going to walk around and tell you good job for being a good citizen. That's what you're supposed to do. So when you do extraordinary things, we might give you a pat on the back or a nod of the head. But for us, man, we see those things with the detail eye that we know you should have been better at or you should have been at your best at by now. And so we really harp on those things a lot. We don't take we put a lot of stock in seeing where we are now. We won't know where we are or what we were until the end. I think people that sit around and look at where they can go instead of just getting to where they're going, they end up missing something along the way. So we're not just hard on them this past week. We're hard on them all the time. Our culture is confrontational. That's who we are. And that's different for a lot of people. but we don't shy away from what we say we're going to do or what we say we're going to be, and that's just the way we ball.
Thank you.
Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Thank you. Go Panthers.